Okay, folks, this is our Wednesday night piano class online tutorial, and we are doing the song Make You Feel My Love by Adele, and also done by Billy Joel, who I think did it first. It was a Bob Dylan tune, done by a lot of other artists, Garth Brooks and other people. All right, so we got a little intro first, and then we'll play. I'm just going to play the song through for you. Okay, that's the song, and that's pretty close to the version I wrote for you guys. This is what my piano students get. I don't know how much of this you can see, but it's pretty. I got an ant on there. We're having ant trouble because it's that time of year. But anyways, these are little charts I make for my students that just give them the basic outline of the song. I don't always play it exactly the same, which is horrible of me, I know. But this is a really pretty song. It's a really nice song on the piano because it lays out well. And the introduction I just kind of made up, just basically rolling up through a C chord. Again, pretty much the gist of it. Okay? And then we're going to do what we call an establishing chord, okay? We're establishing note. Do that again, okay? We're going to bounce to the first note of the song. You notice I'm doubling that up, a G over an E. This is in the key of C, by the way. Right there I'm doing a G/B chord. Okay, that's your basic chord. It's a G on the right hand, inverted G. G over D over B with a B bass. And then same thing here. We're doing an F minor/A flat chord. F minor in the right hand, F, A flat in C, and an A flat in the left hand. Just an A minor chord, very simple voicing. A on the left hand, A and C on the right hand. Little establishing a chord again is just a D minor, just a D and an F. That little fill at the end isn't part of the song. It's not part of the melody, I should say. It's just on a G chord. We're walking up through a G chord. Okay, I'm doing double notes. You could do single notes. Okay, I like to do the double notes. They have more presence. Now I did a little filter to the bridge. Again, double note scale. Again. And that's just going E over C, F over D, G over E, walking through the C chord basically. And then we're going to go to the F chord position. You can see I'm over an F chord. A over F, B flat over G, and then just a D by itself. And now we're going to do another establishing chord on the first beat of measure. Okay, now on this we're doing basically, a lot of people do this on their right hand, which is probably the best way to do it. Okay, it's just an E chord. You can do a G sharp bass if you want. Okay, actually that's wrong, excuse me. Okay, and that gets us into what I call the first ending of the bridge. I'm going to go back and do the bridge again. And so I've got to get a way out of the bridge and back into it, okay? So we're going to go from that E chord. Okay, so what we're going to do now is to get back to the F chord, which starts the bridge. I'm going to do a little C7, and I'm going to do a little flip on top of it. Okay. Now that at the end of the bridge, we're going to go get back into the verse again. Okay, so we'll come off that D7 chord with the E melody. Now this is not, that D was the last note of the melody. That's like if Adele's singing, that's her note she's holding. Okay, and then we're going to just do a little piano fill. And it's just going to be on this G note on the left hand. B up to A, and now we're going to do a chord with a left hand hit. It's going to be G, E, and B, and then just basically a G7 chord split between my two hands. You notice I do that a lot, play a lot of right hand chords. Okay, and then we're back to the beginning of the verse. Basic song right there. And again, you can gussy it up as much as you want with a lot of fancy stuff. Like at the end of the bridge where I gave you those two chords. Remember this? Okay, we can flip through those chords if we want. It gives them a little extra presence. Kind of screwed that up there. So lots of places you can put extra little things. And one of the things we're doing is we're doing a technique called bouncing on the piano or striding up the piano. Okay? And you can do that with chords. You can go from note to chord. Or you can go from note to note. Okay, you can do that in octave fashion. All you're doing is you're adding an extra hit in there, okay? So, play in that bridge. And there it is at the end of that phrase. And then we go immediately into the next thing. Do that again. Okay? And right away we go back into the song. And again, I can flip right through that and make it sound fancy. Okay? Lots of different things you can do to fill. All we're trying to do is to make it sound good, and we use our knowledge of chords and moving around on the piano to do that. Okay, so I've given you plenty of the song. Again, my piano students have already had the song, they've already been playing it, so they've got a head start on anybody who just happens to be watching. But that's the thing you can do, is you can add all sorts of stuff in here. You can get as fancy as you want. There's a danger of getting too fancy, because then it just gets too filled with goop. You know, you'll see dinner piano players just rolling up to the keyboard on everything. It drives me nuts because it's just too much. It's just too busy. But anyway, so that's really your basics. And again, I play a lot of right-hand chords. A lot of people don't. They play left-hand chords. Now, right-hand chords voice better on the piano, generally speaking. Now, like everything else in the piano, it's a matter of taste. It's a matter of time and place, when to do it, when not to do it. I can do little flips on my chords. That's just an F chord I'm flipping through. And again, I don't have to do that bounce there. I can do a roll there. Go to that F chord. Okay, and so there I just do what we call a 5-note roll. I'm going to do 5 notes. I'm going to do, this is a C roll. So C to G to C to E with your middle finger to G with your index finger. You get good at it, you can just whip it off. And again, I can do that for every chord. Changing the third, I go from a major chord, this is a G major, to a G minor. Now, why do I use my third finger on that note? I use my third finger on the E, okay, because then I can keep going up the piano. So 5, 2, 1, 3, 2, and now if I want to keep going up, I just do 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and I can cut that off at 4 notes. Okay, if I do 3 notes, I'm not going to get to the third of the chord. That's 4. Okay, that's only 3 notes. We never got to the E, which is the third of the chord. So what I can do there is I can do what I call a 10 roll, which is we're going to go from the C to the G to the E an octave higher, which is the 10th. Okay, that's another really effective roll. I'm going to put that in the song. There it is right there. Okay, I can also add it afterwards again to fill that empty space.